Alright, so this is just going to be a really short demo on how to set up Android Studio for FTC teams. So the first thing that you're going to need to do is download and install the latest version of Android Studio. There are a lot of ways to do this for different computer systems. I'm going to leave that to you. If you are unclear on how to do that, there are plenty of very specific tutorials on how to do that, and you are only one Google search away from completing that. The other thing that you're going to need to do is set up a GitHub page for your team. Using GitHub allows your team to document code and work with other programmers, and in order to use Android Studio for FTC, you're going to need to work with this. So I highly recommend that even if it is not an immediate gain for your team, that you start doing this now. Okay, so now just assuming that you've done that, let's get to it. So in order to actually do anything in Android Studio, the first thing that you're going to need to do is make a copy of the FTC robot controller. So to do that, we're just going to quick Google search FTC robot controller GitHub, and it looks like there's plenty of links. So here is the FTC robot controller repository, and it looks like we're on version 10.1.1. You can see down here. That may not matter to you right now, but just watch this as it updates because it will change and you might have to change some things in your project as it does. Okay, now let's actually do something with it. So in order to play with this, we're going to go up here to fork, and we're going to press new fork. And here it's going to bring us to this page where we're creating a new repository. So by forking the FTC robot controller, we create a copy for ourselves. That way we don't screw with the code for everybody else. So this is going to create a repository for us to play with. And we'll just name this demo. Okay, so let's go ahead and create the fork. Alright, so here we are. This is our new fork to play with, so anything that we do to this repository will only be ours to play with. So to play with this in Android Studio, we're going to come up to this green code button, and we're going to copy the link that it shows right here. Now we're going to open up Android Studio. Once you're in Android Studio, we're going to hit Get from BCS, and if this isn't an option for you, you probably need to install Git or some Git-related plugin. That might be another specific video that we do. But assuming that you can do this, we're going to look for version control Git, and then we're going to look for a place to paste in a URL, and so we're just going to paste in that link that we got from GitHub and hit clone. We're okay trusting this project. Alright, and there we go. Now that the project is built, we can start writing our code, and we do this in the team code portion. We don't play with the FTC robot controller. So we're going to look for org.firstinspires ftc.teamcode, and this is where we can put in our code. In order to wirelessly deploy your programming, you're going to need a certain plugin called ADB Wi-Fi. So we're going to go back to the home page, and we're going to go to plugins. So we're just going to search ADB. This stands for Android Digital Bridge, and it's what is allowing us to transfer information from our computer to the Rev Hub. And so here we've got ADB Wi-Fi, and I already have this installed. It should look like a little phone with a Wi-Fi symbol, but you're going to need to install this in order to deploy any programming. Once you've installed ADB, if it's not immediately showing up, we can go to Settings, Plugins. Here we can see all of the plugins that we've installed, and I'm just going to click this box, and we're going to apply this. Okay. So now we have a little Wi-Fi symbol that's appeared, and we'll be able to connect to our hub. Now it's important that you know that you have to be on the same Wi-Fi as the hub in order to connect. Another plugin that you're going to need in order to effectively use Android Studio is the Git toolbox. So we're going to go to Plugins and just look up Git. Okay, so it looks like we have it right here. I've already got this installed, but you will for sure need to install this in order to use Git and push and pull code with Android Studio. Once you have this plugin installed, you should see a little tab called Git somewhere in your browser window, and here you can have all of your options in order to push and pull your code. Hopefully this video is helpful for you, and hopefully you subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Any support really helps us.